Hello and welcome back to Crafts of Note. Today I'm going to review the Necessary Clutch Wallet or NCW pattern. I have made this pattern 4 times and it's a very popular pattern and for good reason. The wallet itself to use is amazing. It can hold a ton of stuff, but it's small and compact and is really easily customizable, and it's not that hard to sew. There's some elements of it that are tricky, but I have now made 4, so I figured I would do a review and show you the ones I have made, and then this is mine that I use on a daily basis. So what I'm going to do here is show you it with all of my stuff in it so you can see. So I have a rainbow metallic chain here because I kind of themed the whole wallet off of rainbow metallic. And then I also have a wrist strap made out of fabric with, again, the metallic rainbow clasp there. So the outside of my wallet is black leather that I got, and I used 2 to 3 ounce leather for this. It was a relatively thin one, and it's a pretty durable one. I've been using this for almost 8 months, so you can see like it's held up pretty well to use. Here's the back. And now I'll show you the inside with all stuff in it. I'm going to keep it kind of hidden so that we don't see all my personal stuff. But we can hold keys, hand sanitizer, especially now, zip pocket, all the cards, cash. So I took off the chain because it was loud and took out important identifying information in this. So let's go through how the inside is built. So I used the magnetic clasps. I like that versus the turn lock. It has instructions for both. And then I followed the Emmaline Bag instructions for the hardware to mount a strap or a wrist strap. This is not in the regular pattern, so you must remember to do this first thing, or if you forget, you can't put it in this way. I've done that once to my poor sisters when I gave her hers as a Christmas present last year. I forgot to do this first thing. So her hacked strap did not stand. Then the way that it's built, you have a big pocket here. I use mine for cash. And then inside of that you have card slots. And there's quite a few. I think there's 16 all told. 4 and 4 and then 4 and 4 on the other side. And they hold a lot of cards. They're really sturdy. And I use the 809 craft bond for the card slots, and that seems to work really well. And there's lots of tutorials. I like Lauren Mormino's for the interfacing and stuff. And then handcrafted rainbow metallic zipper pull. I got all of my hardware actually from Emmaline Bags. So I use my zipper pocket for coins, and that's pretty much it. I lined it in a navy here, as you can see. Then there's this big open center part, which is awesome because it fits the key fob, hand sanitizer. Some people can fit their phones. I have a Pixel XL2, and mine, the flap is just a little too small to fit that in mine. But if you had a smaller phone, it would work, or you can use stretchier fabric, or extend this a little bit to make sure that your phone can fit. I don't really care that mine doesn't fit. I added the leather ID slot area. I use Lauren Mormino's directions for this. This is the leather of the outside with some clear vinyl bought from Joanns on the inside. And this metallic rainbow fabric is also from Joanns in their fat quarter section. And then you have more card slots over here in 4 and 4, and then another big pocket here. And I don't even use this one yet. Like, I don't even have anything to use it for. So if you want a quick, easy wallet to carry around that holds a ton of stuff, but is kind of compact and really cute and customizable, this is an amazing wallet for that. And then it folds like this. And you snap it. Now you can see a little square on mine. I like over helped the protection from the hardware, and it sticks out a little bit because I don't have any interfacing on the leather. If you have a thicker leather, then you wouldn't see it, or maybe if you just used a little bit less of the scrap pieces. I think I have fleece in there, Peltex, no, not Peltex. I have Decovil square in there as well. I don't think I needed it quite as much as I used, so I don't mind the square, but you can see it a little bit, especially on camera. And then optional hand strap or that. Now let's talk about the pattern itself. Besides how great of a wallet or little purse it is, there are only 2 pattern pieces actually in this pattern. There is the flap piece, of which I have 2 versions. I have this one, which is made to fit the metal piece on the top, the little accent metal piece, of which several of mine have had that. And then the other one is the original, which is this nice curve here. And so I have a little extra on this one, as you can see, and that was to make it so that it was more likely to fit a cell phone in there, but without being too big, so that nothing would stay in it, because you don't want to make it too big. So that's the main piece for the flaps. And then the other main piece that you get in the pattern is this big oval, which is the main body of the bag. So you end up cutting 2 of these. And I can't show you the rest of them because it gives you the actual measurements for the pattern. So Emmaline Bags, these 2 happen to be in the pattern, and then the rest of them are like, you know, cut a square 8 inches by like 7 inches or something like that. And she tells you how to do those. So I don't want to release it so that no one can like steal her pattern. Go buy the pattern. But it does give you helpful things because these are the main parts. So you get where you put your stabilizer for the snap lock or the magnetic one, turn locks and such. And then the flap doesn't have it on this page, but there's another border piece that comes with this that has where you can put your snap or your turn lock. I don't use the border piece, or I haven't yet, so that's why I don't have it cut out and printed out here. But in terms of sewing it up though, it's pretty great. The hardest part is actually cutting everything out. Not even hard, but like tedious, because you have to cut everything out of the interfacing, you have to cut everything out of the fabrics, and sometimes it's different fabrics, so you have to make sure that everything is just right and that you keep it all separated, because some of the pieces are kind of similar in size and they are easy to confuse. And so I think the most tedious part is cutting everything out. Now, if you were going to make a whole bunch of these, that would make it a ton easier, because then you could really just cut every piece at the same time, and that would really lower the speed, or raise the speed in which you can cut it out. And I've made every single one individually, and so I've had to cut out every single one, but I don't make them for a living. So I made 4, and 3 of the 4 were gifts, and 1 was for me. I love the pattern though, so I will keep making it. And I think for me, I'm not a big purse person, but that it works perfectly for this. And I like the trim options. And as you can see, as we're going through the video in this part, I'm showing you all the ones I have made with the different fabric choices and colors and trims, and you can choose the hardware metals. And it's very approachable. Like if this is scary to you, I think it's a very approachable pattern. Again, I made this as one of the second things I had like ever made. I had started sewing in August 2019, and I made 2 of these wallets by Christmas of 2019. Now they weren't perfect, but like, what is perfect? Handmade is not perfect. Handmade is made with love. You know what I mean? And I don't even think Lauren Mormino, like when she does tutorials, like she says her bags are not perfect because they're handmade. And she is a bag maker. Like that is her job, and she's amazing at it. She has a fantastic tutorial for this pattern too. So check that out. It's super helpful. She's super nice, and her channel is great. So if you're scared to make this, go right for it. It's a great wallet. It's a great little bag. It's the only thing I carry around with me. And I hope that the people that I have given it to as gifts has loved it too. And like I said, cutting it out's the hardest part. And then from there, I'd say the trickiest things or the scariest things is putting in the hardware. The zipper, making sure you get the zipper right, top stitching stuff, and getting through some of the layers. And some of those tutorials are very helpful for that. So for the layers, making sure that you trim your interfacings so that they're not all in the seam allowance, and that can really help a lot too. And, you know, using the right kind of needles, jeans needles if you're working with all fabric, leather needle if you're going to do a leather outside, But you want to be careful of that if you have cotton inside. I used jean needles for all of these, I think, and they worked pretty well. Leather was the hardest when I got really thick on a couple. I had some skip stitches and stuff. But other than that, I think it turned out pretty good, and it's not bad to sew up. I think I can make one in about a day if I have most of the day. So I hope you liked this chat about the Necessary Clutch wallet and like seeing the ones that I have made, and I hope you make one too. I'd love to see it. Please post in the comments, and feel free to like, subscribe, and comment about this pattern if you want. And I would love to see you for the next video. Bye.